She love the fuck, so we on to it. Double cup when I offer fluid.
Got a couple K on that Instagram. Fuck every day, I'm that.
Hello everybody, I am Diana for those of you who do not know me, and for my old subscribers who still stay with me even though I've been away for like 100 million years. Hi everyone. I know for those of you who still watch me, I look totally different than all the rest of my videos, or if you just subscribe to me and you watch my old videos till now, you're like, oh my God, she has changed. Yes, I have. I have two changes. One, I am natural now. I have natural hair. And two, I have lost a enormous amount of weight. Yes, I have. And it was two reasons why I lost weight. One was God, and the second was I was sick. Well, actually, it was three, and the third I did myself, which, okay, let me tell you about the first. The first was God. During the winter of 2015, I became severely depressed, and I had a little nervous breakdown. Yes, I did. I'm on here telling the truth because for those of you who don't know, I am 41 years old. Yes, I am 41 years old, and I had a little nervous breakdown, and I wasn't eating that well, but I wasn't realizing that I was losing weight. I wasn't, because when you're depressed and you're breaking down, you ain't thinking about your weight. So I say that was God trying to tell me something. Get your shit together, Diana. That's what he was trying to tell me. Get your shit together. And the second reason was I was sick. And the third reason is I started doing it, losing the weight myself, the healthy way. When I was depressed and had my nervous breakdown, how I realized I was losing weight was when the summertime came, and I had bought two jumpsuits within the spring. And when I bought those two jumpsuits in the springtime, I tried it on in, when was it? June. And one of the jumpsuits didn't fit. It was too big. I looked at the tag and I was like, whoa, hold the door. Now, I'm usually a size 14. That's a size 1X in junior plus, because it was a junior plus size. And for some people, they're like, that's a 16, but I was a 14. Like in normal plus, I was a 14. And my highest weight was actually an 18. But I had lost weight from then and stayed at a 14. I was 18, lost the weight, became a 16, then lost more weight, then stayed at a 14. And 14, I stayed for like 2 years. At the age, I think I was 37 or 38. Yes, I was a size 14 at that time. And when I tried on the jumpsuit, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't fit. Then I tried on another jumpsuit that I bought, and that didn't fit. And I'm like, wait a minute, I bought these two jumpsuits from two different stores, so they can't possibly both be too big, you know what I'm saying, or cut big. That's when I realized, oh my goodness, I'm losing weight. I started trying on other clothes in my closet, and I was like, whoa, nothing in my closet fit. I had no clothes to wear. I started sewing some of my clothes because I didn't have nothing to wear, and I wasn't even thinking that, I lost weight. I didn't even look at myself. It's like when you gain, you don't realize it, but then also when you lose, you don't realize it either. It was just so weird. And I was like, okay, this is unhealthy. So I said, let me start getting healthy. So what I did was I bought some weights, I bought a resistant band, I bought leg weights, a yoga mat, and I started exercising. I changed what I ate. I cut out dairy. I cut out meat. I wasn't eating meat anymore. The only thing I was eating was seafood, vegetables, what else? Sweet potatoes. I was drinking a lot of water, apple juice, but I was cutting. Every time I did drink like apple juice or cranberry juice, I would cut it with water because it was just too sweet at one point for me. But then when I started working out, all of a sudden my back started hurting. What else? My legs was hurting. I was buying pills. I was buying Icy Hot. I was buying, I was Epsom salt, taking baths. I even stopped the cop, asked her, what did you do for your back to stop hurting? And, you know, she was like, soaking Epsom salt, that's the best thing you could do. And it was like the pain just would not go away from my back to my legs, and I started feeling weak. So I was like, okay, something is wrong. I don't think this is the workout, because I thought I chalked it up to I was working out too much, but it wasn't. It took me 3 emergency rooms that I went to, and no one knew. No one would tell me anything. They were like, oh, you're severely anemic, just take your iron pills, you'll be okay within a couple of days. That wasn't the problem. Finally, one day, I was so in pain, so sick, couldn't go from my bed to the bathroom, that I called 911. The ambulance came and got me. They asked me what hospital you want to go to. I told them the hospitals I went to already. They was like, wait a minute, you went to the hospital 3 times already? I said, yes, I went to the emergency room 3 times already. So the guy was like, thank you. I think that ambulance worker, oh my God, if I can find him, I'll kiss him. Because he was like, I'm going to take you to a hospital that I went to that I know is going to check you thoroughly. So finally, he took me to the hospital, and I went into the emergency room. They took my blood. They took it. They was like, you're pale. You are severely, very pale. Then they started pulling my eyes down and looking at me. Then the doctor started coming over. Then they came back and it was like, boop. Your hemoglobins, if anybody knows what hemoglobin is, I don't know if I'm saying that right. That's the blood in your body, your hemoglobin. My hemoglobin level was 3.5. And for everybody in the world, your hemoglobins is supposed to be up to at least 11. That's how much blood you're supposed to carry in your system, 11. I was at 3.5. They was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're even alive. You're supposed to be dead at this point. So they gave me a blood transfusion, 1 blood transfusion. Then on the 2nd blood transfusion they was giving me, I threw up blood. All of a sudden I heard alarms going off, beep, 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 beep. Passed out. Woke up. I'm in the ICU. Like, what the hell is going on? How am I in the ICU? From the emergency room to the ICU, I didn't understand how I got there. Then all these doctors, a team of doctors come in and they told me, well, Miss Caldwell, 1, you have an ulcer, 2, you're severely anemic, and 3, you lost, you lost a lot of blood. And we want to find out why you're losing a lot of blood. We need to give you blood transfusions. You had 1 in the emergency room. Actually, altogether, I had 5 blood transfusions. 5 blood transfusions. That's how many I needed, because 2, they needed to give me a colonoscopy. I had to get a colonoscopy done, and I needed the blood to even be under the anesthesia and everything. So I had to do that, and then they made me drink some nasty, nasty laxative, a gallon of, I call it salt water, because that's what it tastes like, warm salt water. It was disgusting. And my diet consists of an IV bag. An IV bag. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink water, juice, nothing for 4 days. All I had to do was drink that laxative, and IV bag was my source of food. Finally, when I got all my blood transfusions, I drank that nasty salt water. Within because 4 days I had to do that. Within the next 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 days, finally they gave me something to eat. But it wasn't really nothing to eat. It was a liquid diet. It consists of chicken broth, jello, tea, cranberry juice or apple juice, or maybe ginger ale, some ginger ale. That was the only thing, morning, noon, and night, I can eat for the rest of the 3 days I was in the hospital. Then, as I'm leaving the hospital, they said, when you leave the hospital, you still got to continue to eat that because of your ulcer. We have to, make sure your ulcer cools down, it's not bleeding. I lost blood because of my monthly, woman's monthly was very heavy, very, 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 very heavy. I'm sorry if you hear the doors opening, my neighbors. Was very heavy, and that's how I lost the blood, was through my monthly. It was coming down like a faucet, and that's why I needed the 5 blood transfusions. And they put me still on a liquid diet for a week, and then when I went for my next checkup, because when I was in the hospital, they weighed me and I was 161 pounds, but they said give or take that because they weighed me laying down. So they subtract maybe 5 pounds from that. So I think I was 150. I think, no. I was 161. When I went back to my doctor's checkup to make sure that the medication, my ulcer went down, everything was okay, I was 150 even. Now I'm 5'7.5". I'm long and tall. Not that tall. 5'7.5" is not that tall, but I'm long. I'm very, very long. I know that I've always been long. From youth to teen to 20s, I was a size 0. This is how I looked. My nickname was Skinny Diane. That's what, Skinny Diane. I'm telling you, they used to tease me for being so skinny. I was skinny, but I wasn't like olive oil skinny because I used to run track and I had a little muscle mass to me, so I wasn't that skinny. So when I went back to the hospital, I dropped 11 pounds. I wound up being 150 pounds due to that liquid diet that they had me on. So then he said, okay, you could start eating a little bit of diet food, but broccoli, all green broccoli, seafood, codfish, tuna, salmon, tilapia. That's what you can eat, and you have to steam everything. But that was okay because when I was on my own life change journey of losing weight or getting healthy, that's what I was eating anyway. So when he told me to eat that, I was like, oh, I already bought a steamer, I have a juicer. That's no problem. That is easy peasy Japanesey for me. So I did that, started eating that, went back for a checkup last week and dropped 3 more pounds. So now I am at a solid 147 pounds. Let me tell you my measurements. My measurements are 32 breast, 32C, waist is a 30, and my hips are a 36. So yeah, from earlier when I told you I was an 18, my bra size used to be a 40 double D. I am down to a 32C, but I get a 34. I always get a 34 even though it's too big because I don't want to be that small and I don't want to lose any more weight. 147 I thought was a little too small, but when I went to my doctor, he was like, well, from your makeup and your build-up, yes, you're at the right height and weight you're supposed to be. So I was like, am I going to lose any more weight? He was like, probably, but I was like, well, can I do some exercises? He was like, not yet, because I want to get toned. But he's like, you gotta relax a little bit. Don't worry, I'm gonna let you know, because they're watching everything. They're watching my weight. They watch what I eat, everything. So he's like, at least you're at a 147 healthy weight. It's not an unhealthy weight. You're at a healthy weight. So I said, let me insert some pictures. I am going to insert some pictures to show you. Or if you, should I insert some pictures? No, look at my old videos. If you look at my old videos, you can see how big I was. Check out some of my old videos. If you see, I look totally different from the last video I did, and that was like, what, a year to 2 years ago, till now, I lost a lot of weight. But yeah, that what was going on with me. And even to sit here to say that took a lot out of me. So, the doctor told me, due to your ulcer, you got to get rid of stress. So I got rid of some people, I got rid of some family members, and now it feels like I am a little bit more happier now. I feel so relaxed. I'm planning on moving out of New York. I'm not going to say yet where I'm going, but yes, I want to move out of New York. I'm checking that out a little bit because I don't want to be in New York anymore. Nothing, I love New York, but I want to change since I've changed. My life has changed, but I have to get a little bit healthier first, the doctor said. Before you move, let's get you 100%. So that's what has been going on with me. I'm sorry if I talk too long, but I wanted to come and do a video. I haven't done a video in such a long time, and the content that I was doing was just following the same pattern. So I wanted to bring something different and tell everyone what was going on, or maybe this can help some people, if they're sick, or they're losing weight too fast, because at 41 years old, you ain't supposed to be losing this much weight that fast. Your metabolism slows down. But me being sick, and then plus I was working out. You understand what I'm saying? I was working out, but I was working out and sick at the same time. So that was making me lose the weight even faster. So yeah, that's what happened to me. So thank you everyone for listening. And if anybody, have any comments or want to say anything or want to ask me any questions about what's going on with me, you can leave a comment below and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, or if you want to see more, if you want to see the life of a 41-year-old, or want to know about a life of a 41-year-old, hit me up, okay?